Hi, I'm Becky from the adult department, and I'm here with Jeannie today, and she's going to show us how to make some really cool stars that we can use as decorations for Christmas or really any time of year, I suppose.
Yes, that's right. This is a Finnish star. This is a large one. The strips of paper that I used for this one are about 10 inches long, so this makes a large star. This would be nice on top of a tree, or if you'd like to hang this in the window. We've also made some smaller ones, and these strips of paper are about 6 inches long. So this is what you would need to make a Finnish star. You can use some scrapbooking paper, or you can use regular paper or cardstock paper. If you don't have a rotary cutter, you need some scissors and a pencil and a ruler. If you're lucky enough to have a rotary trimmer, one like this works really, really well. So what we need are 12 strips of paper this size. What we're using, these are 6 inches in length and about 1/4 inch in width. If you want to make them wider, you can do that. Maybe make them half an inch wide, and that would make it easier for little folks to make these. These are easy to make, but you need patience because you have to wait for your glue to dry. So regular school glue works well. I really like these glue pens because they're easier to handle and the glue flows really easily. I tried using a glue stick, but those don't work. So our first step is to take 2 of the strips of paper, and you want to have a paper towel or something, maybe a piece of foil or wax paper underneath while you're gluing so that you don't get glue on the surface that you're working on. So you take your strips of paper and you fold the first 2 in half so that you can find the center point, just like this.
So we've got white on the back. We want that to be on the inside of the fold?
Yes, we want that to be on the inside. And some of the scrapbooking paper, you have a pattern on the front and then it's just white in the back. Or if you want a pattern on both sides of your star, you can get something like this. And this one, it has kind of a glittery surface, but then it's just plain on the other side, but you would have color on both sides for these. But I like the ones that have the white back because it makes it look kind of like a snowflake and a star. So the first thing we do is fold the paper like we showed you, and then on our first strip we're just going to place a drop of glue right in the center, and the glue pen is really great because you can just get a small drop of glue. And then take your other strip and place the center of that right in the center of your first strip of paper. And then you want to hold this together for about 20 seconds. If you have one of these handy little glue pens, you can just use the end of that to hold it. If you don't mind getting your fingers gluey, you can hold it just like this and wait about 20 seconds. And then when it holds together like this, you're ready to go on to your next step. So we have a cross, or it looks like a plus sign. So your next step is to place a drop of glue, one on each side of this middle strip right here. And then you take another strip and you place it parallel to this strip right here. We're going to have 3 going up and down like this.
Do we want to leave a little space between them?
Yes, we do. Thank you, Becky. We want to leave a little bit of space between them, and this is going to make the center, and it's going to look like this, kind of a little basket weave. Hold it with your fingers. When it feels secure, then you can move on to the next step. Okay, so our next step, these 2 on the outside, we're going to place a drop of glue here and a drop of glue here. Okay, and then we're going to kind of weave in this piece right here. So I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. So raise this middle strip right here, and then just place this strip down in there parallel to this center one, and like Becky said, leave a little space between here, and this is going to make the basket weave center right here on our star. And if you want to know about how much time it takes to make one of these, it takes about 20 minutes total to make one out of cardstock. If you're making one out of regular paper, the glue dries quicker, and that takes about 10 minutes.
So you can just use like computer paper or something like that?
Yeah, you can use just computer paper. That works fine. Now you want to add a drop of glue on these two outside strips parallel to this, and hold up this middle strip and then slide your next strip down through there, and hold this again. And if you want to dab up any extra glue, you can just tear a little piece from your paper towel and just pat that so you don't have glue gloves. And again, be patient with this and hold it for about 20 seconds. Okay, when you feel like that's secure, you're going to have a completed piece like this. Now, your next step is you need to make another one just like this. So this one is the front of your star, and now we need to make the back of the star, and that's the exact same process. Okay, so now we've completed the front and the back of our star. So what we need to do now is work on the points. So we're going to take these two strips here that make this V. And this is a little difficult at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. So we want to bend these in. And now you're going to see the white side. And then we're going to put a dab of glue right here and then hold this together. And this is going to make one of the points of our star. So we'll just put a dab of glue.
Okay, I want to make sure I have this correct. That the glue goes on the colored part and
the glue goes on the white part.
Okay, oh, okay.
Yes.
And on top, all right.
Okay, and then we'll fold this in like this, and this will make a nice neat point right here. And then again, we need to hold this for about 20 seconds so that it sticks together. And if it's not going to stick, these are just going to pop open. And we're working with scrapbooking paper, so it's not real thick, but it's much thicker than just computer paper. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, and that one is going to stick together. You doing all right, Becky?
Okay.
That looks
Yeah,
wonderful.
right.
Okay, so we're going to move on to our next V, which is right here. So just rotate your star, and you're going to kind of fold this in. Place your drop of glue again. Okay, and then fold this one in. And then you're going to hold this together. And again, we need to wait about 20 seconds. And if you don't want to hold these while you're working, if you have some clothespins, you could pop up a clothespin, one of the clippy ones on here, and that would hold it too while you continue. All right, let's see if that's going to hold together. Okay, and that one holds as well. So now you need to continue in this way, and you're going to do the other two V's as well.
If we would like to make a very small one, we would just cut the strips a little shorter.
Mm-hmm. You could just
So that
cut them shorter. If you want a larger one, your strips are going to be longer. And I really, really love these glue sticks because it's easy to control the glue. You don't have an excess of glue. Although my fingers are getting a little bit sticky.
It's washable.
Yes, this is washable school glue.
All right, so I still have 4 pieces sticking out. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes, so we have these 4. So now we're going to make the other side. This will be the front of our star, and we need to do the same thing with the back of our star so that we can have these points here. Okay, so now we've completed the front and the back of our star, and what we have to do is put these together. It's a little bit tricky, but once you do your first point, you won't have any problem at all. So turn the first one over so that it's laying like this with the points facing up, and then we're going to take the back and we're going to make like a little cage. So all the places that are open here, that's where we're going to put a point. And then there's going to be a point over here, and then a point up here, and a point up here. And then all of our strips, here, here, and here, we're going to kind of feed those through these points. So I'm going to take this point here, and I'm going to feed that strip of paper through there. And this point here, we're going to put this strip of paper through there. And then you just continue doing that all the way around. So the points on the top and the points on the bottom, they've lined up with these strips, and we're just going to place those strips through those points. And then just rotate your star as you're doing that. And you want to be kind of gentle with it. Okay. Now we have all the points through that star, and isn't that beautiful? Now we have more gluing. So this is another thing where you need to be patient. It takes about 20 seconds for the glue to dry. So let's start with this one right here, and we'll just hold up the strip of paper, and we're going to put a dot of glue on this point here where it meets. And if you can scrunch your paper up just a little bit, and you want to have just a little bit of this strip of paper hanging out, and that will make a little point that extends beyond, or a little strip of paper that will extend beyond the point. And if you're using the glue pen, this is nice to use this flat end just to hold it down, or you can hold it down with your fingers. And again, you need to wait about 20 seconds, and then that'll be dry. And hold it up, and it's not going to flip out, so that's great. Now I'm going to go across, and I'm going to glue the other side of this strip of paper. So I'm going to rotate my star, and I'm going to place a drop of glue here, and I'm going to push this just a little bit, and so that there's just a little bit of paper extended. And again, I'm going to hold that down with the end of my glue pen. And this would be a really nice craft to do with kids. They just have to be patient while the glue dries. Okay, so I'm going to go on to this star, or this point on the bottom, and put a dab of glue there. And we'll do the same thing all the way around. Okay, so I've completed the bottom, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to flip your star over, and you need to glue the strips of paper to the points from the top too. So you go around and do that, and when you're all done, it's going to look like this beautiful star that Becky has completed.
These are great. They look so complicated, but they're not too bad.
Yeah, it's a simple project. You just have to be patient while your glue dries. And like I said, it takes about 20 minutes to make one. and they're great to hang on a tree, or if you want to make a large one like this would go on the top of your tree, or they would be really nice to hang in your windows too. So thanks for joining us today, and happy holidays.
Thanks, Jeannie. These are great.